Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sammy and welcome to this week's Sunday Suppers with Sammy. But even though today is Monday, but that's okay because I actually made a dinner that I had already made before yesterday, so we're going to film today for the Sunday supper. But let me show you what we're cooking today, and then we'll get right into fixing the sides because this was a crock pot meal. Y'all know I love my crock pot meals. So let me flip you around and I'll show you what we cooked. All right, so here are the country style ribs. And I'll go ahead and put the footage up here in just a minute of where I put them in this morning and show you what all I put in there. But it's just the Lipton beefy onion soup mix and a little butter, some onions, and a can of cream of mushroom soup. So those are all ready to go. And then, don't hate me, but it's been a long Monday and my daddy had to have surgery today. So we're gonna make instant mashed potatoes. And then I'm going to throw on some of these whole green beans. These are our favorites, so I'm gonna go ahead and saute those up in a skillet and get those made. And then dinner will be ready. So I'll bring you all along with me. So let's finish this meal. Alright, so first you want to start off by getting your crock pot and then go ahead and spray in the crock pot so that nothing sticks around on it since it's going to be on all day. So I go ahead and spray all that, and then I get my onion prepared. I just put it into, you know, not real thin slices, but I always line the bottom of my crock pot with an onion when I go to cook something all day. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I add about probably a half a stick of butter to this recipe. And then there are the country style pork ribs, y'all. Oh, those were so good. And I'm just gonna lay the whole pack here on my cutting board, and I have some paper towels put down just to catch anything else so it's not too bad to clean up afterwards. I season those liberally with nature seasoning and Cavender's. I just make sure I coat them very well since, you know, that's a lot of meat to put in the crock pot. And sadly, guys, I lost the footage. I don't know where that video went of me putting everything into the crock pot. So I'm just gonna tell you everything that's in there. After you season it, you take the beefy onion soup mix and 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, and you mix all that together, and then you pour that over your pork ribs, and then that's what you cover that in the crock pot. You see that right there. And then you just literally put the lid on and you seal it. You don't need no liquids, no nothing, because the ribs make their own. And that is after I pulled everything out of the crock pot. So good. And y'all know here I'm getting ready to make my green beans, so there's a little bit of butter and of course my friend garlic. Just gonna let that saute in the pan. Okay, so to this pan I just have the butter and the garlic simmering, and now we're gonna go ahead and add in the whole bag of these, the green beans. We'll stir that around. Of course, the butter's probably going to turn back to a little solid because the beans were frozen, but we'll stir them around. And then I usually put a little bit of nature seasoning and then some pepper in there with it. So once they're in there, we'll just turn that to about low to medium, so right in between there, and then we'll put a lid on and then just let those cook the rest of the way, and then we will start the potatoes over there in that pan. Okay, so to this pan I have the water that it called for plus a little bit more because I only have 1 pack of those potatoes. So I added about 3 cups of water so I could add a little bit from the box right here. And then I put about 3 tablespoons of butter in there. So I'm just gonna let that come to a boil, and then we'll add our potatoes in there, stir it up, and then I'll put the extra ingredients in it as well. So stay tuned. Okay, so the water has come to a boil, so I just turned down the temperature a little bit, and I'm gonna add in this one, and then I'm gonna add in a little bit from this. And I did turn the heat down a little bit too. Okay, since we're like this, we're gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of heavy whipping cream. That's all I had left. And a little bit of mayo. And of course, you know, you gotta splash the milk all on your stove too. Otherwise it don't taste right. So then you just wanna stir all that together. And we're probably gonna need a little bit more heavy whipping cream. Just stir all that together. And we're gonna add some pepper. And a little bit of salt. And y'all, just to make it clear, I prefer homemade mashed potatoes, but no shame in my game for using instant. Sometimes you have to. So we're just gonna go ahead and wait for the green beans to be done. I'm about to put some rolls in, so we're gonna go ahead and put those in the oven. But I pulled all that pork out, the ribs, and put the bones out of them. I hope I got them all. I don't know. We'll find out when we make our plates. But the gravy and everything's already in there, so I'm gonna put these in the oven. Wait on the green beans to finish, and the potatoes are already done, so I'm just gonna put a lid on it and wait for the rolls. All right, y'all, so we got the rolls out. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so bear with me. Each, we'll scoop that up like that. We'll put a little bit of butter on them. Maybe. I'll scoot you over here. Scoot you over here. Have a little bit more grip. You know, it's really hard to film this stuff one-handed, but I didn't feel like getting out my little countertop thingamajiggy right there. Right there. Sorry about the angle. And then, you know, my dirty dishes. All right, so we're just gonna put some butter on them, and then we're gonna go ahead and plate everything up. And then I'll bring you back to show you the finished plate. Alright y'all, so as I'm just going to go ahead and plate up dinner here, and I really hope y'all enjoy this recipe. Again, thank you all for joining me, but we're not quite finished yet. Make sure you stick around because dessert is right around the corner, and it is going to be watermelon pie. So I hope you stick around. Don't quit the video right now. Stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm so glad you stuck around because now you get to see this awesome pie. This is a great summer refreshing dessert. So I'm just going to show you how I make it. So quick and easy. I just start off by buying some already pre-diced watermelon right there, or cubed if you want to call it, and then I'm going to dice it up just like this. 3, 2, 1, boom, all done. So you'll need about 2 cups of diced up watermelon. You want them in small pieces, that way when you cut the pie it doesn't all go yucky. Here I'm just going to go ahead and get the watermelon flavored jello going. I used that whole pack, and then I believe it was just a 1/4 cup of water to the whole pack. It's just a small box of jello. So I'm going to go ahead and boil the water here and then dump the jello into my pan, and you need to make sure that it is completely dissolved. Then you set that aside until it gets to room temperature so you can add it into the Cool Whip. Okay, so once that got to room temperature, I'm just going to go ahead and dump that into my glass mixing bowl right here. And then I just stirred it around just a little bit more just to make sure it was, cool enough to where when you add the Cool Whip in, it wouldn't completely deflate that Cool Whip. And while I was waiting, I just go ahead and get my crust ready. I choose shortbread over graham cracker for this. I think it tastes better. Graham cracker will work, but if you can find the shortbread, by all means use the shortbread pie crust. So I'm stirring it one more time, and then I'm going to go in here and add the Cool Whip into it, and you want to fold that in as gently as possible, if I could talk. But just make sure that it is mixed in there well, and then once that is mixed good, you want to go ahead and fold in your watermelon. And I'm telling y'all, this is the easiest thing you could ever make. It literally takes maybe 30 minutes total, if that. So you just stir that in good, and then you pour that mixture into your pie crust, and you make it look all pretty if you want to. You put the pie lid back on top of it, and then you put it in your refrigerator and you chill it for 2 hours, or you can leave it sit for overnight. Ours never makes it overnight because we want to eat it. That's how good it is. I promise you, you all will love it. Of course, you have to like watermelon to like this, but it's so good for summer. It's good for a cookout or anything like that. So I hope you give this pie a try the next time you need something different, or if you just want to make it for dessert one night. You won't regret it. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up here, let it sit in the refrigerator, and then I will bring you back when I go to serve it up. Alright y'all, the piece de resistance. I'm going to go ahead and cut a slice of this yummy pie, and that's what we're going to have for dessert tonight. So anyways, I really appreciate you all coming back for another Sunday Suppers with Sammy. I know it was a little bit different this week since I filmed it on a Monday, but it is what it is. Life happens, but I'm still wanting to get you all some content. So I hope you all enjoy the meal, and let me know if you try this watermelon pie. But just take a look at this beauty coming out of here. Let me tell you, isn't that just pretty? And a bonus is that it tastes so good. But until next time, y'all, God bless. See y'all in the next one. Bye.